Do you need the laptop?
DMC. Hello. Yeah.
Hello.
Smells like you.
Are you guys chefs?
Well, is there any more?
No.
Here you go, Graham. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh, here we go.
Coffee.
Competition.
Do you have to go out? Do you also can you put here?
Conflict of interest. Alright.
Welcome, guys. DeLorean Mobile Coffee. What is DMC? DMC is like a mobile coffee van that is run by us 6-year students. It is going to be like a futuristic coffee thing, and it's not like a flying car or anything, but we want to change the way of the world, and this is one of the ways we're going to do it by. Oh. Here are some of our logo options. We haven't come up with a final one, but we would like your feedback on some of these.
Some of you are probably parents or just very busy in the morning. Do you have time for coffee in the morning? Any morning, do you have to resort to instant coffee or coffee pod? Well, no more. The DMC has done our research and we hear your problems. When looking at a number of primary students here at our school, we found that many parents do indeed stay and chat or are in a rush to get home or are in a rush to get to work without a coffee. We've been doing training at Kite Coffee up the coast, and that's where we're getting all our beans and everything from. And our first event will be at the Primary Sports Carnival in like a couple of weeks.
Yes, we have quality coffee. Yes, we serve at a fast pace. And yes, our coffee is affordable. But how are we unique from other businesses? How do we stand out to our customers? Because we aren't just a business, we're a social enterprise. At the end of the year for 2017, we will donate a large percentage of our proceeds to Kaya Kids. Kaya Kids is owned by Kaya Coffee and is based in Uganda. It is a rehabilitation centre and rehoming centre. Kaya Kids helps thousands of kids and continues to make a change in kids' lives every day.
Kai Coffee has been a massive help in the start-up of DeLorean Mobile Coffee. From letting us come in and meet with Sean, the owner of Kai Coffee, and tasting their amazing coffee, getting training from them and purchasing their beans. At the start of the project, we were told about Kai Coffee from the head of finance at USC. He'd previously been on a mission trip with them and thought they were the best people to talk to in regards to starting a coffee business. Since meeting with Sean, where we were shown the coffee shop, the roaster, and told more about Kai Coffee's story. We've now organised for today to go see Sean and complete a coffee barista training course at Kai Coffee. We have also chosen to specifically fund the mission trip to Uganda to purify water in schools run through Kai Coffee.
An average cup of coffee costs roughly $1.17 to make. And if we sell a coffee for average of $3 or $4 and we sell around 500 cups of coffee at the event, we'll be making about $1,015. That will help pay for the expenses and the rest will go towards Kai Kids and that's our charity of choice. To do this, we need coffee beans, flavouring, milk and equipment, which we have already sourced from Kai Coffee. We are in the process of ordering coffee cups and lids from BioCups and have organised to have our machine serviced by the end of this week.
We are well aware that issues may arise, such as mechanical failures, legal issues and late arrivals on products. However, we believe we have a great team, lots of support and are passionately committed to our project and will overcome any issues that may arise.
We need your help as much as by your knowledge and as much as your funds. We would like to have $200 so we can use it for our startup in case in our products and anything else. We will be purchasing ingredients and for other services needed, like trailer registration, uniforms, training and new types for the van, which we need to have it roadworthy.
With your help, DeLorean Mobile Coffee can become a success, and we can help hundreds of kids and families less fortunate than us. We can support third world countries and provide them with hope and a better, brighter future. Be part of our project. Help people feel good about buying our coffee because they know they are supporting Kai Kids. We will advertise to people our charity and what they will be contributing to by mentioning Kai Coffee on our social media accounts, Facebook, Instagram, which you can follow, providing their brochures at events for customers, having signs and having Kai's website on our trailer. We would also really like to have a meeting with Graham Scott, who owns Wheelhouse Coffee.
Who's that one?
We think this could really help us. By having a meeting, we can expand our knowledge of coffee and gain entrepreneurial skills. We have a Facebook account that you can have a look at called DeLorean Mobile Coffee. Thank you for,
Your time.
listening to us, and we'd like to get some feedback on our logos and anything else you have to share. Thank you.
Wow.
Nice presentation, guys. Very professional.
To that.
I'll start off with some really quick fire things for you, and then let more experienced people take over into coffee. So logo, for me, much of a muchness. What you want your logo to do is actually represent more about who you guys want to be. Don't pick it because it's a nice picture. It has to represent something more than just, that looks good. So think about what you guys actually stand for and the purpose of it, and whether your logo then reflects that. Great idea about the mentoring, both the guy, the head of finance thing, also with Graham. I think when you guys mentioned that, I thought for all groups, you're able to attach yourself to an ongoing mentor. Your opportunity for success is much higher. And risk and issues, I think that's something else which is really important in business, is identifying. So what a risk is something that might happen. An issue is something that is currently a problem. Identifying what your risk and issues are, and then working out, if this was to occur, what would we do? So you talk about breaking down of the machine, have what you'll do when you've identified what those risks are. So when they do come up, they're less of an issue, or you can mitigate the possibility of it. Go, well, if that's a risk of happening, how do we mitigate the risk? We get the machine serviced more often, or whatever it might be. But writing down what your risks and issues are, and then actually having plans of attack against those is something that you're really good. And also free labour, take into consideration your time and effort. So Kai Coffee, I'm sure they're loving you distributing more and more of their coffee, but don't underestimate the cost of your own time to be doing this, which is, again, if you want to give it for free because it's going back to good cause, fantastic, but it is obviously a cost that's there as well.
Yeah, before we get to I don't know the coffee business, but I think you got two things going here, and I think it'll be helpful for you to clarify which is the driver. Is the social enterprise the driver, or is kind of the fun of the coffee thing the driver? And you might want to consider that even in your name, because I begin to see a picture. None of these logos work for me, but because I think also because of what Patrick was saying, it doesn't represent that. If this is a social enterprise, one of the first thoughts I had was, here are you six guys right here. You've done this. Coffee's something that is everybody's drinking coffee pretty much. I wonder if this might, if it's the social enterprise, I could see this rolled out all over the country. Why don't you be an incubator and start this thing up? And you could also use it for anything you want to. Right now, I like what Patrick said about, if I'm Kai Coffee, I love free labor coming to me to sell my coffee. So I might look to them for a little bit more investment in spreading this thing around. They would win in that regard. But I think you could use a concept like this to underwrite any social enterprise. I don't know Kai Kids, but if it's going to be that, I'd talk a little bit more about what that means. So something like from the cup to the kid, if I was going for a slogan or something, I'd want to make that kind of a connection. Okay?
Yep. Yeah, I think that might be your biggest selling point if that's what really you are doing. If it's the Kai Kid or the charity support type thing that you're wanting to do, reflecting that more in your presentation or your logo, your slogan. People, if they are choosing to have a coffee machine at their event, like a fete or a school open day or something like that, if they're looking at having a coffee van there and they've got a chance of supporting a charity while they're doing that, I think that that it can score you points for following that.
There's one other thing I thought of too. If you did this and you roll this out, they're also training baristas. Kids that have that skill as well. So you could slip off of this team and go get yourself a job locally. So that's a.
We're doing our barista course this afternoon, and 3 of us already have our barista courses as well. The machine was actually serviced yesterday as well. We forgot to actually edit that. Also, $2 from every kilo of coffee sold goes towards the Kai Kids.
Promise.
That was
That's the company I was trying to tell you before. It's Kai Coffee, the one I was telling you need to go there and have a coffee. I'm very aware of Kai. I don't think the fact that I'm in coffee makes any difference. We're looking at your presentation and the business, and that's what we really need to evaluate. And I think Patrick's comments were what you need to focus on next. The coffee, that's actually quite easy, and especially since you've already got a good mentor.
Yep.
So it's the business side, the presentation. So I'm in with the comments about the logos and what it exactly is that you guys are. You a coffee business or are you social enterprise, or how you're going to combine both? You've got an event specific already coming up that you're planning for. What's that?
It is like a primary athletics carnival.
Okay.
It's our school one. They have it up at the park up at Landsborough.
And how many people do they get there? Do you know?
the whole of primary school, and so there's about 1,000 kids and
500 plus
500
parents.
kids.
Okay. Are you the only coffee van that's going to be there?
Yes.
Yes, we will be.
And then the next day there's the secondary, so that's
You do that as well?
7
Yeah.
to 12.
So you've got two specific events coming up.
This is the first week back, first semester too.
Okay. So the trailer has already been set up. The machine's
It's already in there. We bought the trailer, well, the school bought it off a company that had it, and
Okay.
then it was left as it was, and we have gone through, cleaned it out,
Yep.
and got rid of what we don't need. Kept
So
what
do you have to pay that back for the purchase of that, or in terms of what you're raising?
If we were going to keep it from after that,
Yeah.
I'm sure we would have to.
Okay.
But, yeah.
The PNF has agreed to, for anything that needs to be fixed up, serviced,
Just to get us
replaced,
going.
they said that they would, pay for it just so we can start up.
So you've got two events, which are great big events. You've got an in on that. What other events could you get? Because
We-
realising there's a lot of coffee vans.
We
around.
have a list of it on our laptops of the dates that the PNF has set us to be there,
Yes.
and then so far there's about 10 that we will be going to.
So you've already got approximately 10 events.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we are thinking of doing it in the mornings before school starts, because
Okay.
then you get a lot of people every day.
Yeah.
coming
So I'm
past.
hearing longevity there for the business, not just a one-off. It's got potential to.
Yeah, I think if you actually want to sort of there's 6 of you.
Yeah.
You've already got lots of events lined up. Some of those will be during school time. The ones before school will add a load to your day and that kind of thing. And I applaud your drive to be part of that and do that. But something that I think you could possibly start looking at incorporating into your project is paying somebody
We are
to
looking
be
into that at the moment.
Yeah.
to be
Barista.
barista. Yeah, great, terrific.
So before you
Because,
do that, if you do
Volunteer labour can,
Yeah.
it's nice when it's there.
It's not always gonna be there.
Exactly. People will turn up if you're prepared to pay them to turn up.
Yeah.
know how many coffees you sell before you go and hire anyone. So if you're going to get someone in the mornings,
Yes.
do it
No.
yourself for a bit and go, how many cups of coffee, if I make $3 per cup of coffee, how many coffees do I need to sell in an hour to fund the person? And do
The
that
morning
sort of
coffees
stuff.
might have to cost a bit more.
Yeah, it might be, but make sure you know how many you're going to be able to sell.
Yeah.
Yeah, my feedback would be I think you could build a brand around youth running a coffee cart, leading for a good cause. So maybe have your logo focused around more of the social side, and share your personal story of starting up a cafe, and doing all these events. I think everyone else has given all the right feedback, and brand is probably the big thing for you to figure out.
Yeah.
Yeah, you haven't talked much about marketing, which I was starting to think about, early on. But I think, your where and how you're operating is giving you a good sound base, and then hopefully just by being out there and presenting word of mouth and that sort of thing is going to help you along.
You might pay John a small fee for his coffee to Kid idea.
I have another idea, and because they used to call me slogan, and that is, coffee that cares. Might be something.
That's actually good.
Sometimes we get lucky, but I think you really want to think about this in terms of, because Graham just said you got legs for this idea. I remember in I think it's either Santa Barbara or Los Angeles. There was a moving company that removals started, and they were called Starving Students. Well, it's a legitimate. It's not just the starving students anymore, but you see what I'm saying. There's an attractiveness to you being students and caring, and yet also, doing something enterprising that's attractive on a lot of levels.
Leverage your age.
Yeah.
Yes.
I learned that when I started. Leverage your age. Don't be afraid of your age.
Because you're not going to be able to call yourself a young entrepreneur for very long.
People like us are keen to support people that are out there.
Yeah.
We look at all these
Doing good
people that have
stuff,
turned up today us guys turning up today for donating our time. And that's because exactly the same reason.
Yeah.
So there was $30 I gave you guys towards
Thank you.
I gave something.
Yeah, as far as the business concept, I think it's good. The presentation, this was a winner. That's a definite winner.
Yeah.
I'm, with the logo, I think you asked us for a suggestion. I haven't got a suggestion at this stage, but I'm happy to talk to you guys later about coffee-specific things.
Yep.
But I'll give you $5 each to get started.
Is there a way that we can contact you?
After lunch, as long as I've eaten something, I can talk. And then after that, we can discuss other options through, what's the teacher's last name? Rob. Contact you that way.
I got $40. I want to see this in here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You've obviously progressed it a long way, guys. So to be applauded and encouraged.
Awesome.
Thank you.
To do that, I know everyone says it, set your goal from where you are to where you want to be high.
Okay.
Yeah, high performing, teams and things like that always set their goal, the gap between where they are and where they want to be really high. Don't make it easy, don't make it, we're going to do 2 events. Set it high.
Yeah. Come on. Well done.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys. Shake some hands.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'm coming around. Thank you.
We've been through a few of these, you've been sitting down for a while, so we're just going to get you to stand up and we're going to do a bit of a stretch. We're going to start with a bit of a stretch. After we get the music. Okay, so we're going to start.
The music's not working.
That's right, we're going to start by rolling our shoulders back. Feel it nice and relaxed. Roll them forward.
I think we have to log into Sophos.
Don't worry about it. Forward. We're going to stretch our necks out, stretch our neck muscles. Yeah, feels good. Stretch up. And stretch to the side. Okay, feel free to take a seat now. If you're feeling a lot more relaxed, I'm going to hand you over to Olivia, who's going to start about our process.
Okay, well. I'd like to introduce our team. This is Kate, Zoe, Jess and Lauren, and I'm Olivia. We are the Active in Your Activewear team, and we understand how difficult it can be to balance work and your family while also looking after yourself. That's why we have organised an easily accessible on-campus workout class, so all parents can keep in shape without the pressure of their usual gym class. Physical and mental fitness plays an important role in our lives. It has been proven that the more active a person is, the better quality of life they have. Each individual can take this different ways, but we know for sure that improved physical fitness provides a sense of purpose and value, improved sleep, reduced stress, as well as stronger relationships and being able to connect socially.
We intend to provide a service where you can achieve the body and mindset you want. Each week we will oversee your progress as you continue to tone your body while also making a positive relationship with others. Our service is important to us because we want to have a positive influence on those that are in the community by providing them with a sense of accomplishment and pride each morning they come to our workout class.
We have been assisted by local personal trainer Vicky Hungerford to create some workouts. We have designed high intensity routines that use a person's body weight to strengthen their body. We will have a qualified sport teacher to supervise us. However, some of our routines will require extra gym equipment like skipping ropes. We have budgeted that we will need at least $50 to purchase extra gym equipment. This would help us give our clients an idea on the range of exercises they could do. We aim to use the school gym to run the classes when we need to be inside. For example, if it's raining or even too hot. Working in the school gym will help keep costs low and provide an effective environment to work out in, with basic gym equipment already accessible.
We have made progress in creating some social media to promote our group. Currently we've got Snapchat, Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest and a website. We'd like to get some solid products to give to our clients so that we can publicise our company even more. Our current aim is to get water bottles with our brand name and logo on them to give out to our customers to get our name known. We have budgeted around $150 to get our advertising started. This includes the cost of the products and also the amount we will need to have with the water bottles and gym towels printed with our personalised logos.
We believe that with the appropriate advertising, routines and budgeted planning, Active in Your Activewear will become a successful service within the local community. Using our strengths and resources effectively, we will be able to have an encouraging influence on other people's lives. After all, a positive mind equals a positive body. So let's put that activewear to use.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Nice girls, very engaging. Getting us up and active right from the start. And your presentation too, voices and the way you spoke. Showed you understand what you're offering very well.
Agreed.
So you're already doing classes?
No, we haven't started the classes yet. We've just been sort of creating them and getting them so that we know them well, so we can teach them effectively.
And planning workouts as well.
Cool.
Do you have to pay the qualified sports instructor to be there?
No. We're just going to use one because one of our qualified sports teachers, like from school or something, to come and just supervise. Because we're going to be teaching and we've already got the workouts like approved by a professional personal trainer. So we just want to make sure there's supervision there. To make sure nothing happens.
Are they aware that they're going to be there every a couple of times a week and that sort of stuff?
Yeah, love this. This is really good. I like this. You've got the social media on there, which everyone likes. And I think I'm reading that you're doing some childcare, if necessary. No, I think it's a great idea. I think that'll appeal to mothers. It's only for ladies, right?
Men can come too.
Probably not.
Mostly be
there. So you know what I mean? Like, to be specific, I mean, you're not going to count them out, but seriously, I don't think they're going to come to that. You know? So know your audience, who that's going to appeal to. I like the fact that it's the 5 of you, you look like a good team and you're doing it. So yeah, that works really good. It's great.
This is going to be here?
Yes, on campus, that it's easier for the parents when they drop their children off. They don't have to drive around or anything. It's just on campus and easy for them to
They're already
get
out of the car, they're taking the kids to kindy.
So they're already here.
So
there's no added work that they have to put in to get to their place.
They'll be there anyway, so it's not like they've got to force themselves to drive to a gym because they're going to be there anyway, so it's convenient and accessible.
Yeah, I think that's effective.
But you don't see expanding beyond the borders of the school?
If it did work out, we would look at that.
But for now we're just, because one of our main sort of selling points, I guess you could call it, was that you drop your kids off and it's on campus and it's easy. So that was our main selling point for why we start up. But if it does work out and go good, then I think we will look at expanding it a bit further.
How much time can you devote to this in the school day?
Well, we were going to do it on Wednesdays because we have DeLorean on Wednesdays, so
Yeah,
that's
do it
what
like
this
an
is
hour,
for.
maybe in the
Oh, I see, so it's a once a week.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, at the moment.
Really quickly, so what was said by Graham about know who your target audience is and know what they value. So yeah, they're going to come and get some fitness, but it'll be a lot more about having fun and being with other parents and knowing that.
We did construct some surveys that we will, because we're going to go down there and actually talk to the parents and give the parents so we can see what they actually want to achieve, whether it's they want to get fit or they just want to socialise or just for something to do. And we've got that in the surveys that we know what our customers sort of want from us.
Great. So making sure that your program, because everyone will be a little bit different, and making sure that your program sort of hits a little bit of that stuff. It's a lot of fun, but you're still going to get results and things like that. Have you approached the school around either school newsletters or whether they'll give you access to their database of parents with emails, addresses, so you can do up a fancy flyer?
I could look after
to, email out to all the mums on the school database to say, hey, we're doing our first free trial, come along, or whatever it is, get people to experience it, know what it's like.
It's been published in Sunshine Coast Daily, and it's also, we're considering the flyers that we gave you, we're going to print them out and go to younger classrooms and get them to hand them out to the parents so that they can receive them.
So you can save yourself all that time by
Yeah.
just getting email addresses and going, boom, send them out, and that's if the school allows to do it, but I'd check with them.
Is your school with Schoolzine as your newsletter service? Schoolzine?
I don't think so. No, they're not.
Oh, okay. Well, I can introduce you to Schoolzine, and they'll probably make something up in their newsletter and send it out to a bunch of schools. So I'll chat to you afterwards.
Thank you.
Will it be a problem for other parents from outside of your school coming along to these?
No. They can come if they want to.
Just thinking you could extend out to neighbouring schools and things like that if it really takes off here and it's a success here. But then you're also looking outside of the limitations that you have of needing to be here at school and continuing on with classes and that kind of thing. So then you might be looking at an instructor's, some sort of program that you're in charge of still and that sort of thing, but that you are outsourcing your instructor to go to that school.
Or bring other students on board, train them up,
Yeah.
build a brand around it and go to other students.
Yes, you sort of have to be careful about not losing the idea to other schools and other people, still staying involved with it and engaged with it, but by either training up and having it your program or by having it your program and paying someone to be the presence there.
What's your capacity?
We were thinking maximum of 10.
Because that's two people per one of us. I think to start with we were just, not as a maximum, but just as a goal to maybe get 5 people to start with. But maybe if we would just see how it goes, we're thinking a maximum of 10 people per class to because we don't want too many people yet where it gets out of hand.
Good. I think your capacity could be a little bit greater than 2 to 1.
Yeah.
But also I'd know what that is and make sure when you RSVP, for your first event, know exactly how many. You don't want 50 people turning up and going, oh, actually we weren't expecting that. And making sure that you're able to handle that. You go to most, classes now, whether F45 or CrossFit or whatever, they got 1 to 15 or 1 to 12 or something like that in there. Obviously they're qualified trainers.
Yeah.
But you're looking after 2 months.
How much is a bum paying?
$10 a class.
Or they can pay $100 straight up and get 11 classes, so they get 1 class free.
Good one.
Some money for your gear and advertising, girls.
Thank you.
Thank you.
No worries.
How much did we get there?
Good presentation. I'll put 10 up there. Get
I'll
you
put
going
10.
on your gym equipment.
20.
Oh, 20.
Thank
Well
you.
done, guys. Excellent.
Good idea.
Awesome presentation.
Shake some hands.
Thank
grab some
you.
money.
Well done. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well done.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Good job.
Make sure you bring energy to
Thank
the.
you.
Thank you.
Good energy.
Thank you. It was great.
Thank you.
Thank you. Well done.